Good morning everyone, it's Mark Wiens with migrationology.com in Osaka, Japan. Last night when we were eating dinner, we made the impulse decision that we were going to take a quick day trip today to the small town of Nara, which is a historical town. So we are walking to the train station now, and we are taking a day trip to Nara. We are now at the Osaka Namba station, and we are looking for the Kintetsu train, JR train, and we're gonna take the Nara line. I think. I don't really, that sounded like I know what we're doing, but really we just kind of wander around until we find the right train, and somehow it has worked out so far. That was quite the hectic journey through Namba station, but we made it to the rail line, the Kintetsu Nara line. This station is extremely busy today, pretty intense, but we made it. We got our tickets for 560 yen, and now we're gonna go find our train to Nara. We are at our station and at the right track, now just waiting for our train, which is the red one right there, and it says it will leave at 10:21. Okay, and we are on our way, 10:21 exactly. We just arrived to Kintetsu Nara station. That took exactly 40 minutes. One of the famous things in Nara are all of the deer. So we are just getting our first glimpse of deer in Nara, just walking to the temple. Oh, hello there. I guess they are quite used to and quite familiar with humans. Look at this, guys. Let me introduce you to my friend. In Nara, there is kind of a giant park area where there are museums and temples and parks and lots of deer running around. And so you can just kind of walk around this area and visit the different places that you want to visit. Excuse me. Excuse me. We are approaching the Todai-ji Temple, which is one of the most famous and popular temple attractions in Nara. And there are lots and lots of people here, like all over Nara today, and lots of deers roaming around as well. We just bought our tickets for entrance for 500 yen to enter the temple. And it says on my little ticket that the temple was built in the Nara period, which was from 710 to 794 AD, and it was built under Emperor Shomu. So we entered, and now we are gonna walk and check out the main hall of the temple. The temple was good to visit, but it was outrageously busy. We are now taking a walk through the park to a garden. I think you pronounce it Isuen Garden, and it has a completely different feel to the temple. This is extremely quiet and peaceful so far, and the trees are beautiful. I figured out why it's so quiet here. There is a 900 yen entrance fee to this garden, which is quite a steep fee, so unfortunately I don't think we're gonna enter. So instead we're gonna try to walk out into the neighborhood and find some lunch. But I was really looking forward to this garden, but I didn't know the price would be that high. We're just walking around this market near to the train station, so I think we're just gonna stop into this restaurant. Looks good, and there is not a wait line like there is at many other restaurants that have a long line. It's kind of a fancy, elegant restaurant, but they have some menu of lunch specials, and so I chose a lunch special that includes a set of sushi with some cold noodles on the side. And I believe this is their specialty, which is cold noodles, and there's actually ice, a bed of ice on the bottom, and then the noodles appear to be topped with thin slices of omelet, plus some green onions and maybe some ginger and half a tomato. So I'm gonna grab some, and the noodles are also served with a sauce, a dipping sauce. and then immediately eat. And I'm gonna do my best to slurp them down. The sauce tastes just about the same as the cold udon or cold soba noodle sauce. But then the noodles are a little bit different. They have they're almost like Vietnamese bun or Thai khanom jin. Yeah, it is very light and refreshing to eat. I'm gonna add a little dab of wasabi to this one there. Okay. Yeah, that fish tastes like it's cooked just slightly around the edges, but then it remains raw and kind of room temperature on the inside. And next piece. And I saw someone just dip their piece of fish and then return it to the rice. Let me dip my fish, soy it, and then put it back onto the rice. Oh, how convenient. That works well. Oh, that fish is really soft and buttery. We just finished with lunch. That was okay. Not incredible, but still pretty good. And we are now walking around for a little bit, but I think since it is so busy and since all of the temples and the whole park is really crazy crowded today, I think we're gonna head back to Osaka and then we're gonna do a few things around there. This walking shopping street is called Tenjinbashisuji Shotengai. I'm not exactly sure how you say that, but something like that. And from what I just read, this is Japan's longest walking shopping street, covering a distance of 2.6 kilometers of just all shops and restaurants. Every now and then someone opens the door to the casino and you can just hear the slot machines going crazy. But there are a ton of shops, a lot of kind of shops with snacks and daily everythings. We were just walking through this market street and I didn't even know that there was a sushi restaurant here that I had researched and I really wanted to try, and it's right here, so we have no choice but to stop and get in line for sushi. It is about 5 p.m. and there is not too long of a line, but there are at least 20 or 30 people out here waiting in line for sushi at this restaurant, so it's a very popular spot. Arigato, arigato. 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 The menu is very clear and it's all in English. They have an English menu. You can just order your different type of fish and it comes in pieces of 2 is one order, and so they have all sorts of things. From the outside street, I had no idea this restaurant was this big because it just looks like a tiny little sushi restaurant from the front, but it's actually huge and very lively as well. But at the front there is a sushi bar, and then there are, I think, 3 floors of dining as well. So we got a table on the first floor in the back and just ordered my sushi, waiting for it to arrive, but it's gonna be good for sure. I gotta start with a bite of that uni because it just looks like melted butter. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm just gonna add a little bit of soy sauce to the bottom of that. It is so creamy and so smooth with just a little bit of a seafoody flavor to it. Oh, that's fantastic. And then it's paired with a slice of cucumber in there as well, giving it a fresh crunch at the same time. I'll just move down the line. I'm gonna grab one of the crab. I think there's a dab of wasabi on the bottom of that rice as well. Oh, that's wonderful. Flaky and sweet. It's tuna belly time, and oh, just look at these slabs of tuna belly. And I saw some other people eating. What they did was they took the piece of fish and they dipped it in the soy sauce and then put it back on the rice. So I think that method might work really well. But just look at that ratio of fish to rice. That is a beautiful thing. It just completely encases the rice.
Oh, I don't even want to chew. Oh, that's disintegrating on my tongue.
I gotta try one of the saba. And yeah, let's give this saba a try. Look at that slab. And the saba has a very salty flavor to it. Something I'm also really excited to try is a natto roll. And natto is the fermented soybean kind of sauce. And many people have been asking me to try it. So this is, I've never had it before, and this is a hand roll made with natto. So that is the natto in there. I think I better do a smell test before I eat it. It's not extremely strong, but does sort of smell a little sourish. I gotta make sure I get a lot of natto in my first bite.
No, that's okay. It's a little bit like slimy. Yeah, that's what it is. It's a little bit slimy. And almost has a burnt flavor to it. I think that's all right. Oh, it's really slimy. It like makes the grains of rice slimy as well, and the seaweed. As I was just holding this and talking, some natto is starting to slip out the bottom. Just look at that. Okay, I better eat it. Not bad.
That sushi was incredibly good, and the only unfortunate thing is that it's all gone. But I did order one more item for dessert, the negitoro maki roll. So I think it's minced fatty tuna, minced tuna belly in a rice hand roll. And it's just sprouting with green onions as well. This is dessert. That is like, yeah, that's minced fatty tuna. And then with all those fresh green onions, the rice, the crisp seaweed. Oh, that is a heavenly dessert. That would have been horrible to walk past that restaurant and not eat there. It was so good, and the service was extremely friendly as well. Everyone, our server and all the sushi chefs, they were all really, really friendly. And the environment really was action-packed. It felt like we were actually in a fish market while we were eating there. After that excellent sushi experience, I think I will end... Oh, that's the noise of the casino. But I think I will end the vlog for today here because we're just gonna head home. So please remember to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And also leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. And see you tomorrow for the next video from Osaka.